Well, good afternoon everyone. We're up at the Caboolture Historical Village and here comes my now great mate Greg Riddell. And I've picked up from IBM a couple of days ago 3 boxes of books.
I do like it when you arrive, Peter. There's always goodies. I do like this.
How's this? In the original IBM delivery packet, now there were 28 of them, but there's now 24 because I've taken one out to give to the Brisbane City Council because IBM also very generously donated The Sad Clown. And these books, That's Entertainment, which was written by Rick Birch, have been branded IBM. They are rare and unique. I think originally they're only about 500 and these are the very last 24 in existence. So one is an amazing little bit of artwork there, Greg.
Yes, made by one of our volunteers, Peter. An absolutely brilliant job. I'm very happy with it. It'll be a prop on the day.
It's the amazing opening day. Was it 23rd?
28th of October.
28th? Ooh.
9:30, Peter. You'd better be there.
I will be. Okay, so the real purpose of today's visit out to the Caboolture Historical Village is to actually look at the progress on how the letters are coming along, and we'll get a first-hand report from Greg, who's over there working away, because this is the first of the letters that is really, as far as the restoration work goes, 100% done. There are others at various stages, 75%, 80%, whatever. So it's all making progress. So we'll just cut off here and then talk to Greg. Okay, so here we are. The main purpose of today's visit is to talk about how the restoration's going. And first of all, before Greg gets into thanking all the sponsors, which are very important, let's just have a look at one of these pieces of metal down here with the rust as you found it.
This one here, Peter, as you can see, has been affected by the elements, regardless of what they might be. And so we've taken that out, and as you see, as you see, parts of it were fairly corroded, but we cut it out, we rust treat it, so that's all being taken out, whether it be on the seams or the major part of the sign.
And this is actually a lot thicker metal, as you can see here, than what I had remembered from 2012 when I effectively did a flying visit with John McGregor when we came up to have a look at it when we were first trying to save the signs. However, I still maintain that the best location for these signs to be restored is at the Caboolture Historical Village, because you guys have got an absolute massive team that are working on it, and for the Brisbane City Council or any other institution to try and do this, I reckon it'd almost bankrupt them. This is a major undertaking. So let's hear about all these volunteers and organisations that are coming to the fore and helping.
Well, actually, some of our volunteers obviously getting on a little in years and have great skills, Peter. One gentleman's a panel beater, the other two, we've got 2 welders, spray painter, but plus the sanding work has been done by a group from MDA who are supported by working skilling Queenslanders work, I should say, and they've done the preparation work. This letter here, for example, has had the bottom of the 2 A's, or the 2 legs replaced. It's looking pretty good, as you've just observed when you've looked at it. Tomorrow we roll it over, we do the inside, clean it out, and it's ready for sealing inside, then back over and gets all the undercoat. So we put rust converter on it, and I'd say in maximum 2 weeks' time, it's ready to paint with the pattern. So.
And you were telling me before that part of the problem, besides the elements and the cows, and you know, I know you love digging me over that, but is the silicon's wrong sort of silicon?
Look, we suspect so, because the seams are eaten out. It's either that or the moisture got underneath it. It's probably where there's 2 types of silicon, but so we've got to go through and take all that out. It's all got to be stripped out by hand, but the young people will do that tomorrow and the next day, and we think it'll be ready for us.
I think it was actually restored partway through its ownership in the first 6 or 7 years at Shaftesbury College when it was in one of its earlier recidivist training orientations, because the colours that it was painted were just garish and didn't bear any resemblance to its original colours.
You're quite right, there was 2 layers of paint on these, the original one and another one on top, and I was just at the engineer this morning engineers, E&G, and they're helping me with some of it. And we were looking at the photos, and there is some difference there. So we're looking at it this morning. Our good friends at Taubens have come on board to help us with the finishes on these and the special primer we've got to use so as to make them last as long as we can at this stage. So yes, they've just come on board, which is great. So they're sponsoring the tea actually, which is for Taubens, so that's great.
That'll be a good ad for them.
It will, yes.
So just go through, so what letters have been placed, who's come on board?
Well, actually, we have the first letter A, which we say a great thanks to Elzino's, who are kind enough. There is one of your video clips showing Elzino's earth moving from Caboolture.
With that fantastic truck.
Yeah, with the big truck bringing it in. And they also gave me this morning a cheque for $500 towards the work on this letter. So basically, this letter A, Elzino's are sponsoring this letter. The U has, we received $500 for the U from Urban Retaining Walls and Landscaping, and that's actually the next letter. It's just over here to my side. That's the next letter we work on. The T has gone to Taubens. The R has gone to R&R Hire. They've given us, again this morning actually, our publicist has run around and done her bit this morning, and so they've sponsored that. The second A goes to Adept Certifying, and that's the gentleman who's going to certify the structure, the installation for us, and we get his check on Thursday, I'm told, which is great. The L has gone to a small developer in Caboolture called Lombards. Vince and Jason Lombardi have been kind enough to sponsor that, and that's just, I'm very, very happy. And the last A, in actual fact, I've decided it should go to Arethusa College. Arethusa had a lot to do with this, as you remember our young friend Kurt Jones, and how it all came about. So they've taken that, and they're showing a very active interest in doing the painting on a particular A for their college. So I was speaking to the CEO on Friday, and they're going to do a lot of work in that involvement. So I do have really, I'm working on the other letters, but I just have one that I'm working on, which is the I. But I think I've got a solution to the problem. So,
and now they can all have an IBM, That's Entertainment book, which is IBM's contribution to the process of maintaining all these signs, because those books are unique. And I just think it was just so generous of them to donate in the first place to the Brisbane City Council, the Sad Clown, and then to follow it up with the 28 original books in the original cartons, which nearly broke my back in carrying them from their headquarters down to the car, which I parked at the other end of Spring Hill. And you know how heavy those cartons are, because
I just
it's carton one
in, yeah.
So I carried 3 of those darn things. But you know, it's really good. I just say the whole community is getting together, and I think that's really fantastic.
Look, whilst I like to think I'm working very hard, it is coming together so well, of course, with your help in a big way. Just everything's starting to gel. We're actually, I'm really happy. So October 28th is the deadline, and I mean deadline. Both lots of signs will be installed, and they'll be ready for the day, and we have a really big program planned for the day, which is going to remind people of Expo 88. For example, chicken dancing comes to mind, doing the chicken dance.
And I'm looking forward to seeing you do that.
And I'm led to believe that you're a bit of a whiz at that. I have some footage actually that I've seen from the ABC of you doing a chicken dance, so you can't deny
Catherine
that one.
Feeney, you're in trouble.
So she is. But you know, and our pub will convert into a German beer house for the day. We have some brews worked out for that, which are German brews. There's just so much to happen. So
and you've actually got I saw where the gambling fund has actually donated some funds to you. So you've got a temporary shade structure, huge shade structure, don't you, that you'll no doubt get out on the day. The big white.
Oh yes, we certainly hope to. It's just we have so much to plan, so much to do. If some people want to volunteer for that day, to do various things, even to the point there will be a passport available when you come through, which will have a small cost, but you'll be able to stamp it at various exhibits on our premises, and it'll be ready, done in the style of Expo again.
Like Jason Ford's organised up at the Kangaroo Museum.
Here to stamp, so yeah. So yes, it's Celebrate 88. which is all about Expo 88. So
Yep.
that's the heading, and you'll see that start to come out very, very soon, and the program will be out very soon.
All right. Well, I hope everyone found that of interest. I certainly did. I love coming up here. This is such a beautiful campus. I can just recommend to everyone, just come up while the Expo signs are not yet up. It is really worthwhile just coming up and getting a feel of it. I'm really looking forward to when the 3-stack sign goes up opposite the railway carriage and sitting there having a beer, a coffee or a cake. I reckon that's just going to be the ants pants, that location. Just great.
Well, it was your learned suggestion that we worked with, Peter, so I think you're right.
All right. With that, we'll say good afternoon. Thank you very much, Lee.
Thank you as always, Peter.
See you later. Pan of the letter U, just so you can get a bit better of an idea of the current state of its preparation. And I just want to plug Save Our Signs, the bank account details on the YouTube link. So have a look at those and donate. Every dollar counts. And as you can see, it's going to a really great purpose.